Hi there everybody, so I'm going to play a game of a new tournament format. Well, they did one of them, but I didn't play it. And the format is that we play games with the cards from a single expansion at a time. So, and then you play best of seven, sort of best of seven matches. So you alternate who gets to pick the expansion. So every expansion but Alchemy is an option, and Cornucopia Guilds are combined. Like they are in real life now. And yeah, so that's it. The lower seeded player gets to go first in the first game, and then you just alternate turn order. And I am playing MVoltaire, who I've never played before. Oh yeah, and I changed my background to this thing that's a picture instead of those black tiles. I actually like the black tiles best, but I thought I'd try some other ones just for variety. So anyway, this certainly looks to me like a big menagerie board. And so you probably want you do want doctor, and you can control the doctor trashing with horse chairs and plaza somewhat. So it's just a question of more or less, I think, when you want to add the doctor. So whether you want to add it, whether you want to wait for an opportunity for a bigger overpay, or whether you want to get it at the start when, of course, your variety is less and you have a better chance of hitting something. I'm kind of tempted to try the overpay, although, to be honest, I don't really know how high of a value we can particularly expect to hit here. I did forget to turn off the spectator chat, so I'll have to change that next time, but if more people show up, which right now there's not. I'll try and remember to do that the next game. Anyway, 1 silver should be alright. And 1 horse trader is probably fine. So I could try for the doctor here, although I could just hit my silver, of course. Oh, that's always a possibility. Jester should be pretty good. I don't know. There's a lot of junking, so it's maybe hard to fight it with the doctor, but I think you've got to try at least a little bit. He's already got a soothsayer. I could wait on the doctor overpay until the soothsayer comes out, or until I get a card off the soothsayer. But anyway, I think I'm going to go for it now. So we got 2 coppers. That's actually pretty good as far as helping future doctors be effective. So now I am going to start on the well, maybe 1 plaza, since I have 4, and probably a menagerie the next time I hit a good amount of money, It maybe should have been a menagerie, though, as we can see when I've activated. That's not a way to evaluate it, but I feel pretty good about my odds here, since they don't appear to be going for an engine at this point, although here comes their doctor, so I don't think you want that many golds. You can manage them, though, with horse traders. Okay, I will discard, of course, because, well, we're either going to get 2 coppers or 3 here. Okay, that's nice. Nice enough. Oh, 2 or... could have been 1. Never mind. There's still a silver in there as well. I could try and hit some estates here. Never mind. I'm going to have a bunch of cards, so I'm going to have more information. Yeah, so... basically I can... well, it would be giving myself sort of a horrible shuffle, but anyway, it's probably worth it. So, I could discard a copper and try and hit 2 of them, but I think I'm just going to name the estate. I could discard 2 estates and try and hit more of them. 1 more of them is all. Otherwise, the shuffle is quite a bit worse. So I think we should just settle for hitting 1. Of course, we top deck those, which is not good, but it maybe was better to get rid of the copper. Since... okay, well, if we don't draw copper, will I have a shot? I don't have another copper. No, I do. I have 1 more. So, anyway, if we don't draw another copper... that was a really nice trash for him there. Hopefully his last card, at least, he didn't get the trash. So, at this stage, there's Horse Trader's Estate Silver on top. So we'll draw. We can trash a copper, of course. No reason to really get the token, is there? Well, we know we'll hit 1 of the coppers. I think I'll just, again, save it. I mean, things are going pretty well as far as getting the deck in shape, I think. At least I feel like they are. I think in a couple turns we'll be there. Like next turn, I'm gonna activate a couple menageries, and then you should be in good shape to clean up. Either the estates or the remaining coppers. The coppers are, I guess here I'm gonna have 6, so I made just double menagerie. Actually, I should get a candlestick maker. I kind of forgot it's on the board. It should be pretty useful here. And it doesn't really hurt your menagerie stuff at all. Oh, I could have 7. Yeah, I forgot I had that. So I may... it may want to be Candlestick Maker Plaza, actually. It's gonna be really sad if I have... Oh no, I just have one estate in the next hands, so that's alright. I will need probably another horse traders at some point just to make sure the menageries can cycle once I have green. I will also want a jester somewhere. I could have done candlestick maker jester. At least I think I'll want a jester. I'm not 100% sure on that. Let's go to plaza. He's gonna soothsayer me another card here, I bet. It's been a little while since the soothsayer was played, so I kind of expect... Oh no, it's on top here. He's only played it once in all this time. Maybe he had collision and decided to not play it. I think this turn I'm going to aim for like Jester, Menagerie as my buys, and yeah, okay. So I don't know that I want to discard. This seems like a good time to take out the estates. To me, which would mean not discarding for any of the okay. What did I say? Jester, Menagerie. That still seems reasonably good to me. This turn we can probably kill the coppers, or if he does play a soothsayer, just kill 2 curses. Most of what I'll hit in his deck, I think I probably will give to him. So I'm really getting this pretty much just as a attack, I suppose. But if I happen to hit, you know, a gold or something, or a Jester's not a great fit here, just because if I hit like a silver, I don't particularly want it, and he would not mind it. She, actually, I think. They would not mind it. Sorry if I get pronouns wrong. I'm just accustomed. So, they wouldn't mind getting it. I did get another curse here. So if I can run up right to the end of the deck, then I can trash all 3, which is probably pretty good because they're all crappy cards. So this is sort of what I'm talking about. Wait. Well, now I'm just confused. Oh, I only had 1 curse, I see. Alright, yeah. Okay, so I should have been discarding to the... Well, maybe not. See what we get with the jester. He can gain that. She can gain that. They can gain that. Okay. Could get another horse traders. Horse traders, plaza candlestick makers, okay. Plaza menagerie candlestick makers, okay. That lets me save these. I don't want to go too far with the candlestick makers, but I think 2 is alright. I could get a harvest. It'll be okay. It's not gonna hit. I don't quite have the variety to make it really good. It may be nice to get some money that doesn't, you know, decrease my hand size, but if I draw it at the end, I'll probably be able to get some money, 3 money out of it or something. I'll think about it anyway. It's fun to incorporate harvest, even though it's usually not very good. But it might be okay here. Okay. So we should be able to kill the coppers this time, which makes us pretty clean. I don't know. Actually, let's see if we gesture something good. First, we may want to draw it. Well, I'd rather have it than give him. So, of course, I can just not play the jester also. Or the doctor. I mean, I can have like $10 or something. I mean, if I have a lot of plazas, the treasures aren't that scary, and certainly 2 copies of each is not that scary anyway. But I don't actually see a reason to keep these around. So they're not high value enough anyway. I would maybe like a gold now, which should be okay. I do think I need another menagerie at this stage. So it could just be a couple menageries and a gold. Could be something else. Could be menageries and gestures, but I could just menagerie gold. I mean, you don't necessarily want to accumulate the coin tokens, but it's not the worst thing. Alright, I'll do menagerie. I could get a second jester, actually. That's probably pretty nice. That's probably better than a gold. Well, I'm having mixed experiences with the jesters, actually, to be honest, but maybe next turn. I'm in no rush to green, and there's no pile issues at all, so I can just build and build, and accumulate some coin tokens and not really be behind in any sense. Sometimes while you're building, your opponent is moving into a spot where they can outscore you possibly, but it's not really happening right now. I'll kill this curse at the end of my turn. Well, not at the very end, but you know what I mean. If you're gonna try and junk them here, you have to already be clean, otherwise your curses just disappear as they're clean. I'll probably go until I'm drawing the, okay, there we go. Yeah, I will take a farming village, sure. Did he gesture me? Did he gain a gold? Is it? No. I think this is right, if I've counted correctly. Here we've got 12. Like Plaza Jester Menagerie looks pretty nice. Another Horse Traders is not bad either. Horse Traders Jester Menagerie could be good. Alright, let's do that. If there are any menageries left at the end of that, I probably should have used my extra. I still had one more buy right. Yeah, I probably should have grabbed another menagerie there. Well, hopefully, anyway, hopefully I'll be able to gain the last two, but if not, I'll settle for one. It's fine. I don't think it will matter for the game outcome. But I would have liked to get at least one more, so I should have bought one more last turn. That was sloppy. I haven't played this that cleanly, but if you don't get trashed here, you'll lose. I guess they're gonna buy a province now. That's fine. We can start on those. I should be okay for greening at this point because of just the number of Horse Traders I have. I would love to hit a green card of his at some point. Just because then I could start maybe giving him some curses. I'm never gonna get it right. Okay. Let's see. Well, I don't care too much about those two to start with. So, I mean, yeah, I'll play with 2 golds, sure. I'm getting a little bit close to being in a sort of I mean, I wouldn't call it it's not like, I mean, if I have to, I'll trash the silvers. Like, that's just what I'll do. Oh, I forgot I had gained a menagerie off the jester. I probably could have done a little bit more aggressive discarding there, but I don't see a really good reason to buy too many provinces until I can end it. Since I'm already at 4 provinces total this turn, but I don't know that there's no reason for me to green a lot particularly. But I'll take 1, so I'll probably take 1 and then like Plaza, Menagerie, Jester or something. Or Plaza, Menagerie, Jester. It's actually a little high on the Jesters, but especially considering what I get out of them, which is not a whole bunch. Could be a harvest. Sure, let's get a harvest just to let harvest get in on the fun. Then every card will have been bought but Masterpiece. So if they buy a province, I might be able to end it on my turn. I don't know if I was accumulating. I mean, yeah, between the harvest and the additional plazas, I should be able to end it the next time they buy a province. I'm not gonna buy a second province just for the sake of doing it on this turn, unless I can end it. Let's do this. Okay. This is a pretty crazy menagerie deck. Well, you know, you don't want to do the harvest at the end when you've tossed silvers and golds, but let me get another menagerie first. Okay. Now I'm okay with playing the harvest, I think. Although there's a lot of menageries. Anyways, it was a gold sort of thing. I could have, of course, probably waited and managed the outcome a little bit better with the so I can set myself up here. I guess I could trash a silver probably. How much money did I get up to this time? Anyways, I'll name it like a curse just to get a reasonably good starting shuffle. No, I didn't get to 48. So like I said, there's not a real good reason for me to buy honestly anything. I can buy a province, but it's gonna, actually reduce my odds of firing a little bit. Though I know on the next turn I'll be able to end it. I mean, I can buy 5 provinces, but that doesn't end the game for me. I mean, I guess I can do it just to have done it. Maybe they'll buy the other ones. Or the other one. Yeah, so like, unless I draw horse traders, my menagerie doesn't fire off. I guess the good thing is the it's not technically half VP, but it's really close, so. That's actually what I just did, is like sub is not the best thing. I should really just have bought like nothing and just bought 6 provinces the next turn, but it's okay. Ooh, I got 4. So, well, anyway, we got to the 8 this time, so. It was a pretty nice menagerie board. So I'll remember to change the settings this time. Okay, so that was the first game. It took a little bit while. My turns were long. Sorry. That's just how long it took to play. I don't know if I played it that slow, but I wasn't speeding by any. So I get to go first. Okay. Change that. So that should be good. We're going to do Intrigue now, which has my favorite card from the second editions, Quartire. Alright, guess we're going to have a little break. Cool, I see that somebody has made a mod for. Alright, we're gonna do a different background each game. So this is another one that I don't hate. But I hate most of them. I wrote up a tier list for my backgrounds. I don't actually hate most of them, but they're all worse than just the nice simple black patchwork thing. Alright, so I'm first. There's trashing in a village and minion and stuff, so there's gotta be an engine. Lurker's pretty good too, so you probably open Steward, I think. Or Steward, like, Bridge, I guess, is a possibility too. I don't know if you really want to go heavy torturers or heavy minions, or you know, whatever mix of the two. Probably. Well, anyway, I'm just gonna open Steward. I mean, I think minions will cycle a little easier, but it's hard to say exactly. The minions make it easier to do the bridge thing, right? Because they're all non-terminal, and so you don't have to use your village slots on plain torturers. You just use them on plain bridges, which is always nice. I already whiff here. I'm going to take a mill. It's pretty nice at getting to 5, which I would like to do once, at least, if they don't start attacking me right away. Got a silver. Silver's fine too. Okay, so the stewards didn't collide, which in this case is actually good. Well, it's always good, but I mean, one of them missed the shuffle, and that was okay. I still pretty much accomplished what I wanted, although I would have been cool to get 2 lurkers instead of just 1. If they don't have a lurker very soon, then I can be a little more aggressive about, say, trashing minions to try and get the minion. This is funny. We've got the minion next to the Duke, which they're not the same, but they kind of look the same. The Duke portrait on the wall. What'd they get? Oh, they put a minion. Well, that's just life. They got a nice draw there to buy a minion. I'll trash again and buy nothing. Stewards collide sometimes. That's the way of the world. They may not have $2 though, because they had this $5 hand. Yeah. This can, if they don't attack me, I can buy a minion here, which I will. Although I could also have bought like a Wishing Well or Shantytown and use the lurker, but we'll just wait on the lurkers until we're a little more sure we're gonna make it work. I would actually like a Shantytown at this point, but they must have their minion in hand now. Well, maybe they just chose. Now I'm just confused. They bought a minion, but it never was played. So I will discard 2. I will lurker a minion since they didn't since they don't have a lurker yet. The torture just doesn't seem that scary to me between the steward trashing and the steward trashing and the minion thing. I think I can just rescue myself pretty often. They're gonna have to chain a lot of tortures before it hurts at all. Now I don't know if I want to play this mill for coin first. I mean, whatever I draw, I won't be able to play. So if I like draw a lurker, I don't get to play lurker. Yeah, let's toss a couple of those. Okay. Maybe I should just kill my second steward. It's not really doing much for me. Oh, there's a minion in the trash already. Okay. I think the difference here so far is going to be the lurkers. I could get a replace, then I could replace some of these terminals as they become less useful into better ones. We'll see. I think I'm going to lurker for a bridge this time. Though just lurkering all the minions out is not too bad. But I think I will lurker a bridge, because then I think I can probably buy like bridge and minion. Or at least there's a shot of doing that, I believe. I can get a third lurker also, which is good. I think the torture will not matter. Okay. Okay. We did get to where we wanted. This shuffle may be bad. No, it's fine. Obviously, we would like to trash the last two coppers, but it's not for sure gonna happen. Takes a special draw. Mill. I can make the shantytown draw here. That's pretty good. So I can bridge and then toss. That's really setting me up for maybe a bad shuffle, I think. Okay. So here I am going to kill these last two coppers. Even though I don't get to play the lurker or the bridge. But it seems like the time to do it. There's going to be lots of other times to play those cards, so I would like to get, well, I'm going to get one more minion from the trash. I would like to get these last two if I can, but and then I'll just shift to even if I don't buy them both this turn, if I get one of them in the trash, then only I can access it. I would like to shift to more Shantytown Bridge stuff, which should be okay here. Somehow it would be nice to trash one of these, or actually both the stewards, so that may mean a replace is good. I can replace them into mills or something for trashing. Yeah, one replace might be nice. Could definitely see that. I'm not gonna do that. Whoops. So Let's trash a minion. Minion coin. Okay. We do need some shanty towns, right? If they play 2 torturers, we'll go down to 1 card and just toss it all. If they play 3, we'll take 1 curse and, you know, have 1 curse. That we can probably trash later on. I could have gone with another lurker at some point in here. There are different ways to build. I kind of built in a way that was pretty conservative, but it didn't feel like it needed to be do too much more, because they're not trashed down. So we'll get this minion out of here. Play the mill. Would be good to get I'm gonna have just too much money. Just way too much money. I need bridges, so I put a I put a replace in the trash. Okay. So we need a shanty town and a bridge. Again, there's not a really good reason to there's not a really good reason for me to buy provinces here. I mean, at all, really. I should just wait till I can end it on piles. I'm gonna try and maybe do a little bit of cursing on them. They must have it for the other one, right? Yeah. I'm gonna try and do some replacing of things into mills. Now, if they take a province, then of course I have to eventually make up those points. But I guess I'll take the replace. I don't have enough shanty towns by like a long shot, apparently. Don't discard. Did I get another bridge, or is there one in the trash? I can't keep track anymore. What is in the trash? No, nothing. No actions, I mean. Okay, so I don't really want to do the replace on the minions, so, or the lurkers. Okay, so here I can draw more, and then bridge, trash this curse. And buy the last 2 shanty towns, and probably a bridge. I may have an end on my turn then, depending on how things go. Yeah, I will have an ending. Well, I say that, I don't know that for sure, but as I just have to score a point after scoring emptying the bridge. I can do 2 with Lurker. I can do well, I don't know yet, so what we can and can't do. That was a lot of the minions, which is not ideal, but it still looks okay. I'm gonna go for the ending, even though it's a little bit, it's technically worse to try it like this, but I'm pretty close now. I just need one more gain, which can be the replace or this bridge. Okay, so that's that one. I think I'll try I kind of want to play Hinterlands. Their first player. All right, we'll try another background. I think Jack Oasis looks like a pretty good opening to me into like a Border Village stables thing with hagglers. You might get some IGGs at some point. You can play with a lot of the board, really. I don't know. You couldn't play with all of it at once, but you could play different ways that use quite a bit of the board. Like you could just go Nomad Camp Fool's Gold. Or, you know, if you had the stables draw engine, you might add a tunnel for you could use it with your Oasis. I do quite like Haggler though. For any deck, I just love Haggler. So I'm gonna open Jack Oasis though. I think if they go for the Fool's Gold route, then you can hit them with the IGGs. Is what I would plan on doing. There's not. I think if they take 5 curses or something, that the Fool's Golds will be pretty awful. I could be wrong, but that's my conception, at least right now. Okay, they did go for the Nomad Camp. So We'll see now if they're gonna do fool's golds or what. Okay. So that being the case, I think, ooh, they drew it again. That's really nice. Well, they're playing. That's a little different. I'll probably leave the cards on top here so that we don't trigger a shuffle. I don't know if that gets me. It must. There's 2 estates. Anyways, that should get me a 5 and trashing. Well, his fools. He's had good. They've had good draws for this. For whatever they're doing. So I'm not sure actually if IGG Rush shuts it down or not. I'm kind of curious to try it. So I haven't played a classic IGG Rush in a really long time, so I'm actually at least a little bit interested in doing it. Oh, I see the problem here. The Jack's gonna miss the shuffle no matter what. Right. Unless I just choose not to play it. Well, in that case, this one is looking bleak already. Or bleak-ish. Bleak adjacent. Let's try the IGGs. It may not pay off, but then again it may. I guess the nice thing, quote nice, I'm getting some border villages out of this, so they may help the Jacks a little bit. A tiny amount. not a noticeable amount. This is 5 again though, so I mean there's no particular reason to expect what I'm doing to win. Since they have good cards, so they probably can just sort of make their way through the junk without too much trouble. But we'll see. There is like a big draw engine here. Here I have to draw either an Oasis or a Jack or something to get to 5. I don't want that. Okay. I don't want the copper. It's not worth the border village. So. No copper. Well, in the end here, my deck is going to be okay. Not great, but okay. Since I have gotten rid of the estates. Years and years ago, back on Isotropic, I used to play IGG Rush every single time it came up. And then when we switched over to like Goko making fun, it turned out that I was like buying IGG less than almost all the other good people. So somewhere I lost my passion, but it's just a funny deck. Like you don't do anything. You just buy you just buy IGGs and duchies, and that's all you do. Maybe the border village actually slightly hurts the jack. I didn't really think about this dead draw part of it. Well, anyway, it limits their options, the engine, so I could have gotten a province there, but not right at the top of the shuffle. I mean, my deck, I'm not going to have too much of a problem buying provinces myself, so that's a good thing. And the curses do seem to be making an impact at this point, so the stables, it doesn't seem like they have enough treasure to actually support the stables. At least it doesn't appear to me like they do. To have 5 stables, then now they get a jack. Should help them, but I think it'll probably be maybe too late to make a big difference trashing wise. I think their decks is going to be a little too mixed up. But what do I know? I'm not playing their deck and I haven't been watching them that closely. I think I'm gonna try and empty the IGGs more or less. If they buy like a province, I may buy a province in response, but yeah, if your stables has to discard fool's golds, you're gonna have a bad time. I think they must have the Haggler in hand now, right? I think I haven't seen it in a while. The Haggler and the Nomad Camp may have buddied up, because I don't think I saw either one of those, or they may have hit the jack. So there may have been some bad collisions there, which if you don't have a border village, it's going to happen some. I assume they're going to trash a curse here. They must have a curse in hand. Yeah. But couldn't buy anything. Yeah, this does look pretty one. And by now I just have a lot of, I mean, I have like a reasonably good deck for buying provinces at this point. I'm not sure an IGG rush beats an engine that plays jack often enough, but the jack for them didn't come till really late in the game, so okay, I'll probably have to counter province now. Which is fine. I'll just province on 8 and 2 IGGs on 5, and we should still win. The provinces aren't going to help their situation at all. Never mind, they didn't take a province, so I can just keep going on the IGGs. They're going to empty a pile for me, so I'm not going to have to empty duchies. I could take a province for sort of a kind of like insurance against really weird draws. So I don't mind greening with them. I think I can green a lot better. They could take some golds here. They must have several fool's golds, otherwise you would definitely want to react and get the gold on top and then draw them with jack. Oh, they did. Never mind. I'm just a doofus. So do I want the province here? I'm gonna say no. So this will end it no matter what, because I can buy border village, gain duchy. I mean, I was gonna be able to buy provinces for like, you know, most turns, and also I mean, I don't think I was going to dip below 5 ever, so it was either going to be province or duchies for sure every turn. I mean, at that stage it was impossible for me to dip below. It wasn't impossible, but it was very unlikely. Alright, so I played a pretty soulless strategy that time, but I hadn't done it in forever. I was a little bit nostalgic for my IGG rush. Okay, so we're gonna play Seaside. I promise I'll pick like empires in my next one if I get a next one. I get to go first. I like Seaside a lot too. The Seaside's fun because Wharf is treasure map's best enabler is Wharf by a long shot. So the you actually can sometimes see some treasure map games if you play all Seaside, because of mainly Wharf. So I think I will try island opening's not that crazy. Maybe I'll do island silver. It could have been cut purse. Probably should have been cut purse, but if I do hit 5 miraculously with my silver, then it's in a really, really good shot. I don't know what that sentence was supposed to be, but if it happens, I'll be happy. Yeah, it's a little hard because the village and the jar are both 5, which means you need either quite some luck or several silvers to buy those pieces consistently. The Wharf doesn't really mind some extra treasure though, so I don't expect to really have a full engine. Well, I've got a good shot of hitting 5 here, so if the silver doesn't miss, then, well, some other conditions too, but so this could just be Haven now, but I think 1 more silver is fine. Yeah, okay, the silver missed, but I will get 5 on the next turn. Okay, that's not guaranteed either, so but I will take a Haven now. Smugglers is probably actually pretty good, so I'll have to think about the Smugglers. I don't know what they're buying yet, though. I don't know if they're buying good stuff. I assume they're buying pretty reasonable stuff, but yeah, it looks like they are. So it's always really nice to draw that wharf right away. They had the super great shuffle, the island for the estate and the buy wharf, and then play wharf. They've had pretty much ideal shuffles here so far. So that's nice for them. I will need to get a smugglers at some point. I'm pretty sure. I would like a haven for them here. Definitely ahead. I'm definitely behind. Yeah, sad when the wharf doesn't draw. Ooh, this is really sad actually. The wharf's bottom. Okay. So, I'm gonna buy smugglers here. Oof. It's looking very bleak unless there's a real change in fortunes. Or if they mess up the build in some way. It's looking very close to lost. Totally lost. I think it's good to add another island here. Oh, they missed dwarf here. Okay, that helps. Though I think their next hand has, like, you know, bazaars and 2 wars or something. So, I have 2 buys and 8. That's not particularly good. It would be nice to get another island. Alright. Yeah. I still feel pretty toast. But at least now I'm having a turn. So that's not the worst thing. We have to try and get some of these. So I have 4 war. Oh, we're even on wars, but probably they'll be able to get the last 2 on their turn. With the smugglers and just buying 1. Which is coming away with 4 of them actually is not, means I can still play on. I don't think we're actually going to get to the point where treasure map is worth it. I don't think anyone's draw will be that good. You'd have to island a lot before that was probably worth it. I would love to get another island though. Yeah. Okay, I get a shot at even wharf split. I'll take it. I should have counted that out, but I think it's what we want anyway. It's possible I was exaggerating the state of how far ahead they were. So I can get to the bazaar guaranteed here because I can access all three of these cards one way or the other. So that's nice. That's a neat little, thanks Pearl Diver. Otherwise the turn could be kind of sad. I mean, it's not going to be huge, but at least I should be able to get 2 orbs in play and probably buy another Bazaar. We're going to be really close to piles here very soon, especially with the smugglers. I'm behind on Bazaars, which is not helping my situation much. I mean, yeah, I think I agree with that. So, well, now it doesn't matter if I put that on top or not. I'm gonna get to it. But sure. Okay. Oof, that was nice. Miracle Bazaar. Well, that was actually way better than I expected it to be. This is a little risky. I'm gonna hope that they're not paying attention to the piles. And somehow we steal a 3 pile out from under them. But I think they can probably end it on their turn. I could have got a point, I guess, but I don't think that would have mattered. Because it could have been, they can buy island, I'm sure. Well, they probably don't have that much money. Well, either way, the 3 pile stealing isn't really on the table, because if they don't... Well, it depends on what they do, but... I mean, I have to draw a Bazaar off 1 card anyway, in order for my turn to not dud, so it's not very likely. I don't know if these, one of these is a Smugglers. One of them might be a Haven, otherwise I think it's just Treasure. Unless I've miscounted and one of these is already a Bazaar, but if it is, that would be great, but otherwise I think they can smuggle a Bazaar, I assume. They're going to be pretty close to a win if they see it. Well, they do have it if they see it. Though they would have had it whether I took the Haven or not. Okay, so they did miss a 3 pile. Which was Bazaar, Haven, and then buy an estate. But yeah, like I said, my turn here is no good. At least I can match the province. I mean, they're still going to have a 3 pile on this next turn. That's not going to have gone away. And I'm sure they'll get to it with their deck. It's just a question of whether they see it again. Now there's probably even another... well, they don't have quite that much money. I mean, this doesn't really help me much, them missing these 3 piles. It just sort of makes me, I still lose. It just means I lose a little bit later rather than earlier. It doesn't, they can keep buying provinces and they'll just be totally safe. I think, unless there's a really weird draw. They have so many bazaars. It's probably worth it to bazaar, or to haven a bazaar actually, but yeah, they're just not. I mean, it always makes you want to play it out when they're not taking forced wins, because then you hope that they make some other mistakes that let you get back in the game. But it's just would take so many more mistakes than are really in the realm, because they've played the rest of the game pretty well, or quite well. So I don't want to sound begrudging. They've played the rest of the game well, so you don't necessarily expect. Yeah, like I can smuggle a haven and I could just buy the things. I don't know. Some people don't like early resignations, and some people, of course, don't care at all. Well, I can't really smuggle anything this turn. Okay, what do I have? 3, 5, 7, 13. So I guess I can do this number. This is not really useful. I could get a second smugglers. That's not useful either. Well, they have to have a really bad turn, starting with, 2 wharves and like 3 cards island or havened, and no green cards in their deck hardly, because they're on the island mats. And hopefully that just pile out. But if they want to double province again, so be it. I could just resign. Of course. That's the simplest solution. Hooray. Please buy Bazaar. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, next time I'll resign, but okay. And they get to go first. Empires is different. It's got to be 2 of both. This is a really huge engine. It's just massive. Wild Hunt should be very good, and also every single other card except for the castles should be reasonably good. And the castles are okay, they're whatever. You can open Humble Castle for the sure keep points. I'm gonna open a temple for sure, and I don't really care about the keep points. I don't think so. Sparkle Pig is gonna get to show up maybe. Cross your fingers. I don't know this person. Overlord openings are okay too, actually. You can play it as a temple. But since you really do want a temple, I think you can just buy a temple. And not take the debt right now. City Quarter should be really, really, really good. Too bad we don't have Charm. Like, Dan had this game where you played Charm City Quarter Overlord, basically, was the main thing. There's lots of other stuff too, but that was sort of a big interaction. It even had Royal Blacksmith as well, or whatever that card's called. And so in theory you could do all three, but no one touched the Royal Blacksmith because it was, you know, way worse than a City Quarter or an Overlord at any point. It's a little unfortunate that they don't have the... I don't think there are any naming cards, but it's a little unfortunate they don't have the split piles up yet. Maybe I will take the Humble Castle for just for a little safe points boost. I'm trying to think how good is silver. They're already buying villas, which is weird. It'll make the engine a little worse if they snap up the villas without, you know, doing anything with them, but the engine doesn't need villa particularly, though it would certainly take it. Hopefully they don't block my temple, although it's looking like they might. But, you know, if it means Sparkle Pig shows up, I'm okay with it. And it may get me to 5, which is also good. Or Sparkle Pig. I wonder if the mod broke. Well, that's sad. We're gonna play the wild hunt here and just hope we get to 5 or to 4 and can buy a villa, because the turn's gonna be garbage either way. All right, that's awesome. So it could be another enchantress. Could be an overlord. Could be an encampment. Get to trash, which is awesome. So I think I'm ready to start in on these. And I'm pretty close to being ready to start in on city quarters even. The only scary thing is not being able to buy villas. So we'll stop there. I do need more wild hunts and crowns. Hooray for well, I can do another villa even and get a second enchantress down, but I can also just take like a patrician, which won't ever hardly draw anything for me. A gold at some point will be not unreasonable. Will be pretty good. Well, I'd rather have the encampment. What they buy. I want to have 5. I do need to get a gold. Probably. We'll see what Sparkle Pig can do for us here. Man, I'm sad the mod's not working. I don't know if I messed something up or what. This is important to diagnose this, though. Okay, so we left like Crown, Overload 10. We left like the 3 cards we wanted to play the most, probably. Okay, well, since I do have the 6, I will go ahead and buy a gold and take an encampment. And we might as well take on the debt now, right, too. I don't think we'll need to rescue. Well, we might actually. Okay, well, since I may need to rescue the turn with villas, let's not buy a city quarter yet. This is a pretty interesting interaction, though, that between the debt cards and the villa. I must have played a game like that at some point, but anyway, I'm just now noticing it. Again, seeing things for the first time. I'm going to play the Overlord as a crown, and then play this guy, and then play this, and then hopefully hit like a villa. Well, we know the gold's in the bottom here, so the encampment is totally safe to play. At some point you can take these points. If people are wondering why leave all these millions of points on these piles, well, because I'm building and I don't want to mess up my building right now, and there'll still be millions of points available later on in the game. Another crown is nice. Another encampment is probably nice. Oh yeah, another wild hunt really would have been probably better. Well, whatever. I could take these points, I guess. I do need to get city quarters at some point. Maybe they rescue their turn, yeah. That's nice. I talk about not taking the points and I immediately do it. That's probably like reveals something about how the human mind works. Or it reveals that I'm an idiot. One of those two things. Maybe both. Okay, so we should think if there's a reason to buy something and then come out of the villa. I don't think there is. I'm gonna take those now, though. Oh, look, I have a temple. Or I have my last card was a crown. That's what I meant to say. I could have waited to play something differently there, but okay. So like if I don't use the crown, then it can basically be a copy of a gold for me, which is cool. I should figure out how to, I haven't really scaled this up very fast as far as how good my turns have been, so I should probably figure out a way to do that. There's not like economic payload besides gold. There's a castle down far that does discards for victory cards, which maybe could do something, but yeah, it's a little bit hard to see what to do here. It feels like I've delayed the city quarter for just way too long, but at the same time there's a lot of other good stuff, so. Okay, they did play one enchantress for the attack, so we gotta play some dinky action first. Like an encampment. Encampments aren't particularly dinky, but they're a little dinky. So this will about draw the deck already. I mean, is the yeah, I am struggling a bit with payload here, at least mentally. This can't possibly be the best way to do this, but whatever. I'm sure I could have bought some money and used it again this turn with Villa Tricks, as long as I was planning to buy a villa, which I was, so I'm sure I've goofed in some way or another, but well, here, we'll try and do better the next turn. Villa's so cool. The villas are going to run out, but by then I should just be rolling in actions. Yeah, so what I was talking about is that, you can buy some cards and then buy a villa and return your action phase, draw those cards up and use them. So on this turn here, before I could have, I didn't have to use this wild hunt yet. I could have bought some gold and a villa and then drawn stuff and had more total money. I don't know how big of a difference it would have made to my turn, but maybe not, or effective difference, but maybe a little bit. I'm not really sure. There's so many points on this board. If you buy provinces, it's sort of crazy. I mean, it's not crazy, but it's just, it's just not gonna get you anywhere near what you need to be at. So here we'll try and do it, what I was talking about. So like you go crown, gold, and then buy a villa. And then, play a city quarter, draw it all up, hooray. And you can maybe rinse and repeat with that. Buy like I have too many golds now, but buy a plunder, buy a villa, come back, draw the plunder, play the enchantress, end actions. I could even do it again. I could come back and I could play the temple with no cards in my hand, but that just seems like working too hard at that point. I guess what I should be doing is looking at the fastest way to end it. Although, I mean, just sort of building up so that you build really fast is also a way to end it quickly. So probably the estate pile is a decent target, and then the enchantresses are low. So I mean, we could look for enchantress, plunder, villa pile out, maybe maybe not next turn, but maybe the turn after that. Depends on how many villas they leave in the pile. But that seems at least possible. Otherwise, I could probably, well, I'm sure I can do it the following turn. That's 1535. That's a lot of money, though. So I don't think I can do it. But I can get, I can get halfway there. And maybe it's easier to do. Well, now those are covered up, so that's one more card I have to buy. Maybe it's possible to do the estates. I don't really have a lot of wild hunts, but that's my only other thought on the matter. They didn't play an enchantress. So. Well, let's just make sure we don't dud. That should do it pretty much, but so I don't know if I can gain 7 estates and 2 villas and 5 enchantresses. I might be able to. They don't, they don't feed off each other at all, so that doesn't. Maybe the crowns are easier. I mean, I don't need to worry about it. Let's just play this faster and not worry about that too much, because it shouldn't matter. And do it the following turn. Okay. I was looking for a pile out, but I can understand. Well, no, I mean, always feel free to resign, of course. So anyway, thank you all for watching. There'll be more of these. It's a single elimination bracket. There were 16 of us, so now I'm in the round of 8. But it's not single elimination. It was double elimination. So, but yeah, so there'll be more of these, and that's it.